On to the next entertainment story. Alibaba calls out comedians who use dirty jokes at corporate events. Veteran Nigerian comedian Alibaba has raised concern over what he describes as a growing lack of professionalism among some of his colleagues in the industry. Speaking in a recent episode on the Out of the Box podcast, the veteran entertainer recounted an incident where a comedian is sent to host a corporate event ended up making an offensive joke about the chairman's plus-size wife, saying, and I quote, "There are about 3 Nigerian comedians who I can't stand. They have no decorum. They insult sensibilities, they try to correct them, they won't listen to you. You send them to a corporate event and they do dirty jokes. And when you receive reports of their unruly behavior and you confront them, they would downplay it." Alibaba went on to share how one of the comedians made a particularly inappropriate remark at an event, saying, "Somebody called me one time to complain about one of them that he made a joke about his plus-size wife. He said, and I quote, 'If a race happens now and everyone has to carry their wives and run, you can't carry this woman and run.' I was like, that's below the belt. When I confronted him, he downplayed it. He even told somebody that I was only confronting him because he was shining," end quote. While declining to name the comedians involved, Alibaba stressed the need for boundaries and comedy and encouraged his peers to lean toward wit and intelligence in their material rather than tasteless jokes. He concluded by advising comedians to know where to draw the line, especially when performing at formal or corporate events, so as not to damage their reputation and the comedy industry as a whole.
I totally agree with Alibaba on this one because I stopped attending a particular comedy club due to things like this.
Oh.
You're going to a comedy club and new comedians are supposed to come and test their material.
Okay.
But then you see new comedians, because they feel dirty jokes are supposed to take them far, they start saying things that even during their performance, you would hear and see people tell them, "It's okay, it's enough, start going." Like people start booing them because you cannot come and say you're testing material and you're insulting people. And then you're trying to claim that you're being, what's that word? You're trying to be very smart, and then you're trying to be intelligent, and you're trying to make jokes on the spot. Yeah. But then you see people in the crowd, instead of you to make intelligent jokes, you end up insulting them. It's really, really terrible. I once went for an event that was a family-oriented event, and one of the comedians who came on stage, not even one, like 2 or 3 of them, at different times, were cracking dirty jokes. This is a family event, and you can see children in the crowd. These are things you're not supposed to do where there are children. So I feel like people need to understand to read the room when it's a family event, when it's a corporate event,
yeah.
or it's an event that has to do with morals. You do not crack dirty jokes and do not tease people unnecessarily. Because now the example he gave, see the boss's wife saying, if they say make everybody carry their wife. Now, guy, if you carry your wife, no, that like Alibaba said, that is below the belt. And I totally agree with him. And I feel like our comedians need to learn more how to crack jokes. They also need to go somewhere to test their material first, and not just with their yes men.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. When they do it among their yes men or their guys, say, guy, now you bad pass, but it's crap. So you guys just need to get better. I'm not saying you guys are not good. Yes, you are fantastic at your craft, but please do better and stop insulting people, okay?
Yeah, I think as regards comedy, there's a thin line where you can cross.
Yep.
We've gotten to the part in this life, in this new age, that there are some things that are no longer jokes.
Exactly.
Yeah, you might. So low key, everybody's even guilty. You go see person, you done the fat, oh.
See your head, oh.
Or you done the lean, oh. To you might be thinking whether you are greeting somebody, you don't know what that person is going through, whether it's health issues for the size and the likes. So there's a thin line. You can be making joke, and like Katrin said, and what Alibaba said, there are venues whereby you can put out things like that. Like the person will invite you to come the event.
Exactly.
Yes, it's supposed to be funny because his wife is plus size. They are now reiterating it that, if you're for events when you invite, they're not even supposed to pay your balance. Exactly,
because if you imagine that kind of joke would have worked better if it was a hangout between that man and his friends and his wife's friends. That's a different setting, same people.
Where they invite you to come, my guy. So there's a thin line, and I think this applies to everybody. There are some things we say that we think is just, even we go to say a greeting. Like, look at you. You don't have fat, oh. Come on, really? In 2025? Yo. let's be guided, by the way.
And let's try to put ourselves in people's shoes
Yeah.
too, because you don't know what's going on, why they're like that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with the entertainment news. We'll be back with Social View after this time out. Do not go anywhere.